Welcome, everyone. I'm here with Lynn Huber from doTERRA Oils. I'm so excited that she's joining us today. Lynn, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Hi, Elizabeth. I thank you so much for having me on here. This is great. So I'm with, like she said, doTERRA Oils, doTERRA Essential Oils. And I don't know, business is great. We're doing great. I've reached the title of Elite is what it's called in our company. But we help people with essential oils to have all natural health care. And the oils help your body. So it's great.
And so you have the sales and you have the team, and then the parts where you fit in the book, because I know you probably do all kinds of things, but the parts where you really fit in the book were with holding events and like going to booths and working events. And so where do you even find these? How does this all happen?
Well, it seems like once you get started in events, you start getting invited to more. So the key is just getting going. But look in your community newspapers. You see things online on Facebook about certain events coming up, and then contact the people that run the event. You can Google them if you have to, and contact them and say, what would it take to have a booth? And usually it's money. You have to pay to have a booth, but then you get there and you set up a booth and you can display your products, and it's just a great opportunity to meet a lot of people.
Right. And so what are some like great tips of, like what to bring and how to talk to people, and just share with some ideas?
Okay.
Who's never done it before,
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that they want to, but I know I've had people just terrified, and they're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to bring. I don't know what to do. So where would someone get started?
Okay, for me, I do it maybe a little bit different than some people do, but I have product display. I try to create my booth in a U shape. Usually you have like a 10 by 10 booth, and I'll make a U shape so that people can come into your booth rather than you standing behind a table. But then I have a TV in the back playing a video, like kind of on repeat or whatever, just a video about our oils, different oils, how they're sourced. Then I'll have a product display out. And mostly my entire focus when I'm doing a show is to get drawing slips filled out. So I have these drawing slips, and it will ask them for their name, their city, their phone number, their email, and then maybe 8 to 10 questions like, I'm interested in oils to help my health and wellness, or I'm interested in making money, or I'm interested in finding natural solutions for my children, all the different things that people might be interested in. And then I add one in the bottom that says, I'm not interested, I just want to enter the drawing. And the reason for that is that I really don't want to have to follow up with somebody and waste time and bother them if they're not interested. So then, we're all kind of on the same page. But my key focus is to get them into the drawing. So we usually do a tablet, but you could do a tablet or a Nook or something that's exciting, something that's the hot new technology that people are interested in. And I wouldn't spend a lot of money. You can buy them for less than $100. But the tablet will get their attention, and so they're more willing to enter the drawing for that. And the reason I focus on a drawing is I want to get as many prospects as I can, as many people as I can talk to. And you can only talk to so many people. If you're in a long conversation with somebody, 100 people are going to walk by, and you're going to miss them. And sometimes people will buy at a show, especially if you're selling products. I'm not actually selling at a show, so that's a little different too. But you're not going to probably sign somebody up at the show. It happens, but it's not, frequent. So the key is just get their information and have a drawing, and then I'll follow up with them all after. Do you want me to go into all that?
Yeah, sure. Like how you, because, for instance, when I do a raffle, I have a basket and I choose a winner and we give the basket away, and then we follow up with everyone who filled out a raffle ticket. But I know you follow up with, go ahead and share how you do it.
Okay, so we have our drawing for the tablet or whatever it is, and of course that person wins the tablet, and then we call everybody else. Well, we try to, if possible, we try to mark them hot, warm, or cold before we throw them in, just to know who to follow up with first, that type of thing. But I will call them, and I'll just, you get voicemail 99% of the time. We all know that, right? You can't call people and get them. If they don't know you personally, they're not going to answer their phone. So I call them and I go, hi, this is Lynn with doTERRA. You came by our booth this weekend. Congratulations, you're a winner. Give me a call and my phone number. And that's all I say. And 99% of them will call me back. And they'll, oh, I'm so excited. I won. What did I win? And, I'll say, well, you didn't win the grand prize, but you won. And usually we give them an actual bottle of oil, a little container of oil. So you won a wild orange or whatever. And you just kind of take the conversation from there. You see where it goes, see how excited they are or what their interest level is. And usually before I even book a show, I have classes set up ahead of time. So I'll have 4 or 5 classes set up in the following weeks after a show. And so I call them and I say, you won this oil. We'll have these classes coming up. If you want to come to the class, you can pick it up there. And a lot of them are like, great, I'll be there at such and such a date. And every now and then I'll get somebody that will say, oh, I can't. I live in another town, farther away, or I work or whatever. I can't come to a class. And so I'll ask them, are you interested in essential oils? Or you just looking to pick up your prize, or are you interested actually in a presentation learning more? And if they're interested, I'll arrange to meet them. If they're looking just for their prize, then I just say, okay, great. Well, you know what? I'll put you on my mailing list. You'll see when all of our classes are coming up, and when you can make it to one, just remind me that I owe it to you. And, at first I used to try to meet with them all, and I thought, if you win something from the radio station, they don't deliver it to you. Because I was feeling bad about that. But now I'm like, I have enough classes coming up that they can come to any one of them. And if they wanted to just walk in, get their oil, and leave, that's fine too. But I shouldn't have to deliver it to them. So that works. It works great for me. And then we get to sit down with them and explain. We go through a little class about what oils are, how do you use them, how can you get them. We'd have different ways that you can buy them from us, and it works out great.
Yeah, and education, especially when it's something. Well, education is good in all businesses, but most women know how to put a lipstick on. But when it comes to oils. Sometimes some businesses, protein powder businesses, some businesses require more training.
Yeah.
Let's see, you've got your events and booth. And then, so when you have your classes, well, that leads us right into the next one. So, education increases sales. So then, I know a lot of people are interested in how to do a class, or how to do your own event. It's not going to a big event with other things. You're holding your own event, sharing information. How do you set those up? How do you get people to come?
Well, really you talk to people. You just talk to people and you follow up. And so I actually do it a lot of ways. I do it from the leads I get from the shows and events that I do. I also recently just started a meetup group, and it's for essential oils in Salt Lake City. And so people are joining my group that are interested in that I don't even know that they're coming from Meetup. So that's a great thing. And so they're learning about our upcoming classes. Another thing I do.
I'm so sorry for not sounding very smart, because I've heard of Meetup. Is this only online, or is this people meeting you in person?
It's in person. A Meetup group is like a Facebook invite, but it's a group that is like, you could have a Meetup group for people who love animals, or people who love to go partying, or people who love movies. You can just have, and people join the group, and then you have events and they come to your events because they're just common interests. So it's a way to meet people. So
it starts online,
but it's a group in person.
Online, but then you set up things for people to meet in person. That's pretty cool.
Yes, it has. Actually, it's really cool. You can meet people from all different kinds of things. People that like different things, hiking. There's hiking groups. There's groups. Let's go to the movies. There's let's go to concerts. All kinds of things. And so you can meet people. And Meetup promotes your events to their whole database. So it's definitely worth looking into if you're holding any kind of classes. It's a little bit like a Facebook invite. When you set up an invite for a party or class. Another thing I do is I do create a Facebook invite for my classes. I run an ad behind it usually. I don't put a lot of money behind it, but $5 or $10 just to get more exposure. And I don't promote them on my personal page. I promote them on my business page. But, we all have friends that want to know who we are besides just our business, right? We don't want to throw up all over them. And so I don't broadcast all over my personal page about my business. Every once in a while I'll say something, but I don't promote every event. We do 2 classes a week, so that would get real old real quick. So I don't promote them on my personal page. And then, all these different ways that we look to get people there. I follow up. I text people the morning of the class. if I have people that I've invited or people that I know might be coming, sometimes from the shows, they've given me permission to text them to remind them. So I'll text them, remind them about the class. And it's all about follow up, just to get them there. Another thing that I really firmly believe is that I believe in the law of attraction and the universe and all of that. And if you I hold a lot of classes that people don't show up at. I hold classes that I might get 30 people at. It's hard to say, when that's true for all of us. So you might have a really full class one day and the next day it's empty. But I figure if I don't put myself out there, if I don't show up, the universe isn't going to provide what I asked for. But by showing up, I make it so that the universe says, okay, great, you're here. Here you go. Let's get some people here. I really believe in that. And so I don't worry about it if somebody doesn't show up. A little bit of time out of my day. That's it.
Yeah, and you had mentioned before that it's not just customers coming. You also work with your team members, and they bring people and cross-train.
Right. Also, I do a lot of different set topics for my classes. I do an introduction to essential oils. I do a Felix and Fido make and take where people can come and actually take our oils, and we provide all of the supplies so they can fill little spray bottles with different blends and then they can pay for them and take them. We have classes on how to use oils for emotional. We have classes on estrogen. Every kind of class I can think of, I do different classes so that a wide variety of people will be interested in them, especially because of the meetup and all that. But all of my team members who are local are more than welcome. In fact, you don't even have to be my team member. If you're with doTERRA and you're in my local town, I would love to have you come to my class and bring people. So it works out great. Or if they can't be there, they can still send people. And if I know that they're coming there, and if they sign up, I'll sign them up under that person. So
that's great. Well, and on that note, I think sometimes people, so you have all these meetings in person. What if someone I forgot where you live.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Salt Lake City, okay. With the internet, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
It brings me to my point. So let's say someone's like, oh my gosh, I really this is the lady I want to join teams with, but I live in Pennsylvania. What kind of support do they get from there?
Well, we have a team. It's a team website that we created that I'm my business partner. And I actually, he had more to do with it than me, but I helped. We created this team website. It's called happyhealthy.me. And as a distributor for doTERRA and as a member of our team, you can sign up to get your own PIN number. So you would send somebody there, give them your PIN number, and you give them a sample. We give them samples of the oils, and then they can go to that website, and there's a video that shows them how to use those oils. And then if they're interested in more information, they can click on a link to go to watch a full class that's 50 minutes long or whatever. And then a whole ton of information about how to join, how to get started. We have a ton of team training on there as well. We teach people how to build on Facebook. We teach people how to build face-to-face. We teach them, on the Facebook, we teach them how to do it without offending their friends, how to be professional. So and then of course I do 3-way calls with my team. I do webinars for my team. Whatever, if they're willing to work and they want to put in the effort, I'm right there as much as I can be for them. I put my effort where the people are working.
That makes total sense. Total sense. And so are there any other things you want to add or share with everyone today?
Well, the biggest thing in all of our businesses, it doesn't matter whether you're with doTERRA or Avon or, gosh, there's 6 billion companies out there. It really is, bottom line is, it's how can you make an impact on somebody else's life? What do you have to offer them that's going to benefit them? And I learned this a long time ago. I used to have a huge Avon business, and I learned that if I can totally forget about myself and concentrate on how I can benefit the person that I'm helping, it helps that person and it comes back to me tenfold. And so it's more to me about customer service and support and what can I do to help and just caring. It just comes back.
The more you serve, the more you deserve.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Well, Lynn, thank you so much for being a part of this project, being in the book, coming on here today and doing the video. I really appreciate you sharing your expertise with everyone else.
Well, this is really exciting. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
You betcha.